there is a sense of urgency. We are left with only 6 years towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. So my question to you is that, will we be able to reach the 6 years? Will we be able to have gender equality in 2030? That is the question that we need to ask ourselves today as we reflect on issues of gender equality and democracy in South Africa. But as we reflect as well, we must not forget to pat ourselves at the back as South Africa, because we are doing well. Yeah, there's room for improvement, but there are things that we can say we have made strides on. Our constitution, for example, is one of the strides that we've made as a country because of Section 9, which enshrines the rights to gender equality. So as we are being critical, we must also pat ourselves on the back to say we are shifting the needle just a little bit towards gender equality. So I want us to create an online conversation. Those who have social media, I want us to create hashtags, because we want to create an online conversation so that people all over the world can know that this conference is happening. So I want you to take out your cell phone, go on X, go on Facebook, and tag CGE and create hashtags. So the first hashtag will be hashtag CGE conference. I need us to have a sustained online conversation so that we can let people know that we are discussing issues of gender equality in South Africa today. The first one will be hashtag CGE conference. Please do tag CGE. And the second one will be hashtag gender equality in our lifetime. And then the last one will be hashtag 30 years of democracy. So please, ladies and gentlemen and everyone, please help me to create this online conversation so that we don't leave anyone behind. Now I'm going to welcome the chairperson of the commission. Sorry, before we welcome the chairperson of the commission, we are going to listen to messages of support. We have a message of support from the former director of UN Women, Madame Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka. And then we will have another one from the Kenyan Gender Commission. And then we'll have the last one from the Department of Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities. Thank you.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. In 1994, in South Africa, we started our journey to democracy, which included a journey to the equality of men and women. In 1995, the world adopted the Beijing Declaration, in which the world started a journey to gender equality. We traveled along the way as South Africans and the world. The changes we saw during this period of 30 years included changing the institutional and structural mechanisms to support women, the gender commissions, the women's ministries. We saw laws that criminalize the crimes against women, such as rape and sexual harassment of all sorts. We saw the criminalization of crimes against children, such as child marriage and female genital mutilation. But we did not get to the promised land. There is still so much that we still have to do. And in fact, in many parts of the world, including South Africa, we took steps back. Gender equality thrives when you have a national and an international regime that is progressive across the board. You cannot see progress in gender equality when you have corrupt leaders, when you do not have depth in our community, in the harmonization of relations in society, where you have racism, where you have homophobia, all of these violations of rights impact on gender equality. So as we move forward, one of the most important things we must remember is that these rights intersect. We must fight for gender equality as we fight for all these other rights. Now we have the government of national unity. We have to look at how, as women, we also can be united as young and old women, as women of different races, different religions, different parties. And we have to think of ourselves as women in national unity and take a little big jump forward to gender equality. Thank you.
Good afternoon to the Commission for South African Gender and Equality Conference on the state of gender equality in 30 years of democracy. Greetings to all esteemed participants and stakeholders at the 30th years on deliberation on the gender equality since democracy conference. I am honored to join this critical dialogue on behalf of the National Gender and Equality Commission of Kenya. Across our continent and around the globe, gender inequality continues to pose a significant threat to stability, prosperity, and well-being of our societies. The disparities in access to resources, opportunities, and rights, particularly of women and marginalized groups, hinder our collective progress towards sustainable development, peace, and justice. Yet, despite these challenges, there remains opportunities for government, civil society, and stakeholders to act decisively. We have a unique moment to accelerate the realization of Sustainable Development Goals 5 and 10 to achieve gender equality and empowerment of women, girls, and reduce inequality within and among countries. I call upon each of us to renew our commitment to this cause. Let us harness the lessons of the past 30 years to inspire new strategies, forge stronger partnership, and implement bold actions that drive change in our continent. Here in Kenya, the National Gender and Equality Commission stands in solidarity with the Commission of Gender Equality in South Africa. We will continue to share knowledge, good practice, and support efforts that promote gender equality across our continent. Together, we can build a more inclusive, equitable, and prosperous future for all. Thank you, and I wish you a fruitful and inspiring conference.
Chairperson of the Commission for Gender Equality, Advocate Ntabiseng Sipanya Mokhale, all commissioners, distinguished delegates to this year's CGE conference, ladies and gentlemen. I'm deeply humbled by your kind invitation to address this year's conference of the Commission for Gender Equality. From the outset, I wish to apologize to the Commission and all delegates for my inability to attend in person due to a parliamentary commitment that could not be rescheduled. However, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to send this virtual message of support. I'm particularly pleased that on Monday, the 9th of September, I had the opportunity to visit Constitutional Hill for my first introductory meeting with the Commission for Gender Equality. I'm grateful to have had the chance to not only visit the Old Women's Jail, but also tour an exhibition showcasing all the women who have served in Parliament over the past 30 years of our democratic dispensation. This was a deeply humbling experience, especially considering that many women who helped free this country and the continent have largely been erased or completely written out of history. Your offices tell the history of women's struggles. Chairperson, on behalf of the Department of Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, as you convene this conference, I wish to convey our department's unconditional appreciation and support to CGE and its commitment to creating a society that is free from gender inequality and intersectional form of oppression. As a department, we recognize the significance of the Commission as an independent statutory body established in terms of Chapter 9 of the Constitution and bestowed with a crucial mandate to contribute to strengthening and deepening our constitutional democracy through the promotion, protection, development, and attainment of gender equity. Chairperson, 30 years into our transition, no one of consequence would dare challenge the fact that as women of this country, we stand on broad and brave shoulders of incredible women who came before us. The women who have fought longer and harder against overwhelming odds. I wish to acknowledge that your conference is taking place just 10 days after the conclusion of the 2024 Women's Month, during which we celebrated the pivotal roles played by the women who came before us in shaping South Africa into the nation it is today.